Hello everyone, welcome to Gate Academy. Today we will discuss what are different characteristics of a C language. This is very important topic from conceptual point of view. So let me discuss characteristics of C language or C programming. Yes, it is a programming language. Okay. Sir, the very first thing that came into our mind is what are characteristics of a language? Sir. Characteristic of any programming language is collection of those component or those components which are required to make, to design, to construct a C program or to construct a program. Sir, characteristic of any programming language is those components or collection of those components which are required to construct a program. So what are characteristic of C language? Characteristic of C language is those component which are required to construct a C program, which are required to build a C program, which are required to make a C program. Sir, what are those needed components? So C programming has six important characteristics. Sir, what are those? What are those characteristics? Sir, the very first characteristic is keywords. The second characteristic is operators. Third one is separator. Fourth one is constant. Fifth one is predefined functions. And the last one is syntax. So these are six characteristics of C language. We will discuss each and every one in detail one by one. So let me start with keyword. Sir, what are keywords? Okay. Sir, if I ask you A for, you will say apple. See, everyone is used to like this. A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, D for dog. Sir, what is this apple? I am talking about English language. Sir, A for apple. Sir, B for ball. Sir, C for cat. Sir, D for dog. Sir, what are they? Sir, these are words. These are words in English language. Basically, these are reserved words. Why I am saying reserved word? Sir, apple is a word in English language whose meaning is fixed. Sir, apple is a word which represent a kind of fruit. Okay, sir. Sir, ball is a word from English language whose meaning is fixed. Okay. Sir, cat is an English word, or cat is a word from English language which represent a kind of animal. Sir, dog is a word from English language whose meaning is fixed, which represent a kind of animal. So can I say if I talk about English language, these words are reserved. Why I am saying reserved? Sir, these words, the meaning of these words is fixed to each and every person in this world. I cannot say that from now onwards, mango is apple. The name of mango is apple. No, I cannot use them for my own purpose. How many such words are there in English language? Sir, lakhs of words. Elephant, ant, there are so many words. So what are they? Sir, these are reserved words. Why we are saying reserve? Because they have a predefined meaning. Each of these words has a predefined meaning, and we are not supposed to use them for our own purpose. We are not allowed to change their meaning. No, not at all. Is it possible that I'll say from now onwards apple is mango? No. This Sunday will fall on Monday. Oh, what rubbish, sir. Sir, what are you doing, sir? Similarly, sir, every programming language also have some reserved word whose meaning is known to the compiler. Whose meaning is known to the compiler. That means whose meaning is fixed. For example, sir, what is int? What is short? What is char? What is double? What is float? Sir, all of them are keywords. All of them are keywords. And the programmer is not supposed to use them for their own purpose. Programmer is not allowed to use them for their own purpose. Sir, int meaning is known to compiler. That's why whenever we write something like this, compiler knows, okay, by looking at this, that this variable is of type int. That means these words have a predefined meaning for compiler. And we, as a programmer, are not supposed to change their meaning. Of course, we will use keywords while making a program. So, it is an important component while we construct a C program. Sir, what are characteristics of a C language? Components that are required to make a C program. So, is it okay that keyword is an important characteristic of C programming language, even for every programming language? Sir, for a compiler, few words have predefined meaning, which is known to the compiler. And how could we as a programmer can dare to change their meaning? No, sir. So that is about keywords. Okay. Sir. Let me talk about operators. Sir, what are operators? Sir, operators are special symbol. Operators are a special symbol used to perform specific task. We already covered this topic. Sir, there are in totality 44 operators are there in C programming language, and they fall in three category. Sir, either an operator is of unary type or binary type or ternary type. Sir, what do you mean by unary, binary, ternary? Sir, unary means the operator needs one operand. Binary means the operator needs two operand. Ternary means the operator requires three operands. So we already have discussed something like this: plus, minus, multiply, divide, modulo, relational operators, and something like this. We already discussed these. Of course, logical or, logical and, logical not. There are so many operators. We have discussed almost all of them. Rest, the remaining, I will discuss in coming chapters. So, sir, keywords, operator. Of course, you will use operator while making C program. Of course, you will use. Everyone have to use. Sir, how will we implement mathematical programs or projects? Like we have calculated simple interest. Sir, without multiplication and division, how could someone can calculate the simple interest? So, we will for sure use operator. So, operator is again an important characteristic of a C program. Okay. Sir. Third one. Sir, separator. Sir, what is separator? What are separator? Sir, what are separator? Sir, separator, as the name signifies, is used to separate things. Things. What things? Sir, things called as token. Sir, we already discussed what is token. Sir, smallest unit of a C program. Smallest unit of a C program is said to be token. And to separate different tokens, what we use? We use something called as separator. We use something called as separator. So, sir, what could be a separator? Semicolon. Sir, it is a separator. Comma. Sir, it is a separator. Although it also falls in the category of operator also. Sir, space. Space. A single space, because, sir, when we write something like this is a token, this is a token, and what about this? This is a separator. This is a separator. So, separator, I hope. Okay. Sir, next come constant. Now, this is an important topic again. Sir, constant. Sir, we have already discussed variable. So, there are two kind of things. Variable whose value can change throughout the program. Whose value can change throughout the program. That means at some time it contain different value. At some time it contain another value. So, sir, constant. What is a constant? Sir, variable whose value can change. What is the constant? Whose value remains fixed for the entire program. Whose value remain fixed for the entire program, no matter what. Basically, we also call them literals. Sir. In this category, for example, if I ask you email, sir, we have email ID and we have password. Sir, what is email ID? Can I change it? Can I change it? No, sir. This remains fixed for your entire life. But password can be changed periodically or non-periodically. It may happen that tomorrow I will change my password. Yes, of course. So, it is kind of variable thing. But this remains fixed for the entire life. Sir, what are constant? So, sir, constant. Sir, constant fall into two categories. First is alphanumeric constant. Second one, numeric constant. Sir, what is alphanumeric constant? As the name signifies, it contains alphabet as well as number. Sir, constant in which allowed symbols are alphabet and number. But don't think alphabet is like this only. Don't think about English. We are learning programming language. Sir, what are this? What is a small a? Symbol. What is a small b? Symbol. So all of them we are talking about symbols. Sir, whatever is there on the keyboard, sir, it is a symbol. That means, sir, alphanumeric constant can be or can contain anything from alphabet and number. Sir, okay. But coming to numeric constant, the only allowed symbols are 0 to 9. But when you talk about 12.34, then a point is also allowed. So allowed symbols, what are allowed symbol in numeric constant? From 0 to 9 and a point. What are allowed symbol in alphanumeric constant? Alphabet. But that does not mean only 52 alphabet. Sir, can it contain @ Can it contain hash? Yes, of course it can. So we have alphanumeric constant that can have symbols from alphabet as well as number, and numeric constant that are allowed to have only these 11 symbols. Basically, okay, sir. Okay. So what are alphanumeric constant? Sir, coming to alphanumeric constant, again they are of two type. Sir, first one is character constant. We already studied what is a character, and string constant. Sir, what is a character? Sir, character is allowed to store one symbol, character variable. But what is a character constant? Sir, single symbol, constant Sir, capital A, is it a symbol? Yes. Capital Z, yes. Sir, can we store at the rate? Yes, of course, because it falls in the category of alphanumeric constant. Again, it is an alphabet, basically a symbol. So, can I say that I'll store hash? Yes, of course. Try to understand. Sir, when we write char ch is equal to A, okay, this is a variable. That means its content can change. But what about this? Sir, this is a constant. Nah? This is a constant. I cannot change capital A to capital B. So, sir, these are character constant. That means one symbol. Sir, what is this? What are string constant? Sir, anything between double quotes, any number of symbols or any sequence of symbols between double quotes is said to be string constant or string literal. For example, sir, what about this, Pankaj ji? Sir, now it is representing a string constant with 8 character, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With 8 characters. So what is this? A string constant or a string literal? Or a string literal. Sir, it is a string literal. Sir, can we have something like this? Hello? Yes, of course. Again, it is a string literal. So this is about alphanumeric constant. Sir, what about numeric constant? Again, if I talk about numeric constant, again, it is of two types. Sir, integer constant. That means we are talking about numbers without a decimal point. We are talking about numbers without a decimal point. Basically, if mathematics, we have whole number like 10, like 12, like 13, like 1, 2, 5, like 9, 9, 8, 6. We have integer constant. And the second category is nothing but floating point constant. Floating point constant. That means we are talking about numbers with a point. Numbers with a decimal point. Numbers with a decimal point. Like 12.34, like 9.8, like 152.698. So these are different types of constant. So constant, alphanumeric constant, then we have numeric constant. Inside alphanumeric constant, we have character constant, a string constant. For numeric constant, we have integer constant as well as floating point constant. So please take a screenshot. Please take a screenshot so that things will be clear to you. Sir. So we already discussed what is keyword, operator, separator and constant. Sir, what are predefined functions? What are predefined functions? What are predefined functions? We already used functions like printf, function like scanf, and we for sure, we or any programmer must need them. At least you will print something now. At least you will fetch something from keyboard. That means, sir, we have already used such functions. Sir, did we wrote the code for them? Am I the programmer for printf and scanf code? No, sir. That means someone else had written the code for printf and scanf and we are using them. We are just using them. Me, you, whoever is learning C programming language, writing different codes in C programming language, sir, we are not programmer for printf and scanf function. These functions are already predefined. We are using them as a programmer. As a programmer, we are using them. That means, sir, how we are able to use them? Just because of the concept of interface. Sir, we are using them as an interface. But, sir, where is printf related information stored? Sir, in header file. Printf related information is stored inside header file. Try to understand this. Sir, I am writing some program, or someone is writing any program, hash include stdio.h, void main, let us suppose single statement is there, printf hello. Sir, this is the program. But this program will compile like this. Sir, in this program, did I mention anywhere what is printf? How it will work? What is the functionality of printf? No, sir. I am a beginner, sir. Today is very first class of mine. And sir told me to use this printf. But, there must be some code for printf, na? There must be some information related to printf. Otherwise, how could compiler see this, encounter this? And how could compiler understand that what is printf? Tell me. Yes, sir. Sir. This printf related information is already there inside this header file. So we are able to use predefined functions because of header files. Sir, where are header files? Inside library, inside C library. Sir, for printf as scanf, we will use stdio.h. Sir, for math related function like sqrt, like pow, we will use or include math.h. The information is stored in math.h. Sir, there are so many header files. All of them are placed inside C library. So we are able to use a predefined function just because of the concept of C library. What it contains? Different header files and other information too. Whenever we install any C software like Turbo C or any other software that supports C programming, okay. Sir, what happened? It comes with C library and compiler. Now you get to know, sir, compiler, nothing can happen without compiler. Sir, C library, in order to use a predefined function, sir, we must have related information. Where that related information is present? Sir, inside header file. Where header files are present? Sir, inside C library. So try to think, sir, is predefined function an important component required to construct a C program? Yes, sir, of course. We can't even write a single program without a predefined function. So can I say predefined function is an important characteristic of C programming language? Yes, sir. These are important characteristic of C programming language. Okay. So last one. Sir, what is syntax? Sixth characteristic. What is syntax? Sir, let's not talk about programming language. Let me talk about English language. And I am writing here two things, two statements. Tell me which one is correct. Sir, of course this one is correct. Why we are able to answer that which one is correct? Because what we know is, sir, for this language, what we know is, sir, we know something called as grammar. And only a person who knows English grammar can tell you whether a particular statement is correct or wrong. Whether a particular statement in English language is correct or not. Done, sir. Whether if I ask the same thing about Hindi language, sir, a person who knows Hindi grammar will be able to identify whether a particular statement is correct or it contain an error. Why? Sir, what is grammar? What is grammar? Okay. Whenever you go to any tutor for learning grammar or English grammar, sir, from the very first day they start something called as tense. Then they used to tell you present, past, future. Sir, it becomes so messy. Present, past, future. And inside everyone, there are again 4 category. Present continuous. And again 4 category. Again 4 category. Sir. If I pick any one of them, for example, present continuous. Sir, what they tell you? They used to say that noun plus is RM plus first form of the verb plus ing and so on. The rule for making a present continuous tense or sentence. And sir, what is this? Sir, rule. What does that mean? Sir, we are learning grammar, and basically in grammar we are learning different rules. For what? For making a English statement, for making a English sentence. Sir, by this rule, I know something like that, sir, Ram is a noun for sure, is, okay, plays first form of verb and ing. Sir, this sentence is correct. But if you write something like this, Ram playing is Agra, Ram playing is. Sir, this one is wrong. Ram going is to Agra. Sir, again this statement is wrong. But who will be able to tell that this is right, this is wrong? Sir, only a person who knows English grammar, who know all such rules. So what does grammar tell you? Sir, grammar tells us which particular statement is correct or wrong. Similarly, just like any language, a C programming language also have some grammar. What is a grammar? Collection of rules that will tell you that this is wrong and this is right while constructing a program. While writing a program, grammar tells you what is wrong and what is right. How a statement should be. Sir, C programming language comprise of various statements. But who knows this grammar? Sir, when we write a program, who is supposed to tell us our errors? Sir, compiler. That means what compiler knows? Sir, compiler knows grammar for C programming language. Basically rules that will validate whether a particular statement is correct or not. How different statement in C programming language could be. And based upon these rules, your compiler will evaluate your program whether it is correct or it contain errors. So this is the picture. So what is grammar? Sir, what are different rules? Sir, syntax, different rules to write a C program, different rules for writing a statement of a C program, how a statement could be. Sir, for example, let me take a simple example. Sir, how a declaration could be. Sir, the rule for declaration is something like this. Compiler knows this, and whenever we write something like this, int A semicolon. Compiler used to understand. See, this is our variable name. This is the data type and this is the semicolon, and compiler understand everything. A is a variable of type integer. A is a variable of type integer. But when you write something like this, int semicolon, compiler got confused. See, okay, int is a data type. Okay, int is a data type. But, sir, can we use a keyword as a variable? No, sir. What is it? Sir, it is a keyword. Programmer is not allowed to use reserve word or keyword for their own purpose. Sir, some programmer is trying to construct int as a variable name. How it could be possible? Because compiler get confused. Because the programmer want to give a new meaning to this word. Sir, int is known to compiler. For compiler, int means data type. And now this programmer is trying to confuse the compiler by providing new meaning for int. Sir, this programmer is trying to construct int as a variable. Sir, violation of rule. Why? Because, sir, variable cannot be a keyword. That's why compiler will say error. Oi, what are you doing? So try to understand. Sir, this is called as syntax. Actually, we all are learning syntax. Nothing else. Once you become an expert in syntax and you are good in logic, you are ready to write programs. If you know different topics, logics, how to implement everything, then everything is done. You are ready to write programs. Think about it. Just pause the video and think about it. What is called as syntax? What is called as syntax of a program? Just pause the video for 10 seconds and try to understand what is the meaning of syntax. Sir, let me take another example. Sir, printf hello, printf everyone. Sir, if I write statement like this, again there is an error. Why there is an error? Because as per rules, every C statement must terminate by a semicolon. If you forget, compiler will say, oh, you are not following my rule. You are not following the syntax of C programming language. For what is the syntax? Every statement must be terminated by a semicolon. Sir, just like English, if I write something like this, Ram is playing, sir, every sentence must be terminated by a dot, full stop. Sir, just like English, every C statement must be terminated by a semicolon. So that's all for characteristic of a language. Sir, we have discussed 6 important characteristics. The very first one was keyword. What are keyword? Sir, reserve word whose meaning is known to the compiler. And sir, programmer is not allowed to use them for their own purpose. Okay, then we discussed something called as operators. Sir, there are in totality 44 operators are there: unary, binary, ternary, special symbols used to perform certain tasks. Then separator, used to separate tokens. Then, sir, constant are of 2 types: alphanumeric, numeric. Inside alphanumeric, we have character constant with 1 symbol. We have string constant with multiple symbols, sequence of symbols within double quotes. Then We have another type of constant called as numeric constant. Inside numeric constant, we have integer as well as floating point constant. Then we discussed what is called as predefined function. Predefined function. Sir, they are very much important. They are very much important. Why? We cannot write even a single program without printf or without scanf. So, these are important. Sixth one, sir, that's what everyone is learning. We say, I am learning C programming language. What does that mean? What are you learning? Sir, we are learning something called as syntax. We are trying to become an expert in syntax. So, that's all for this session. Characteristic of C language. Bye-bye. Take care.